So for today's video, I'm going to sound like a frog because I'm still sick as I record this. But we're also going to do something really kind of dirty and shameless and nasty, and that's we're going to play a conscription deck. This is a Hlaalu conscription deck that also runs Unstoppable Rage. Hear me out before you riot. Really, what I wanted to do was see how many ridiculous plays I can make with Morag Tong Nightblade, because I think that this card, in combination with the new Sword of the Inferno, and obviously in combination with Unstoppable Rage, if you play them both from your hand at 12, it can create for some really silly highlight reel moments, including, but not limited to, drawing you free Tullius conscriptions. So we're going to take what I'm going to call the best of both worlds, but really it's probably two bad decks and making them even worse. And we're going to try to play this piece, this pile. So there's a chance that this goes really horribly, or there's a chance that this goes beautifully. Anyway, this is the deck list if you want to take a screenshot. And I'm not going to go through every last little inclusion, but it's a lot of 2-drops, a fair amount of actions so that we can try to take advantage of Morag Tong Nightblade. Namira Shrine is going to be our draw engine with the 2-drops, and then obviously traditional control top end, including cards like Rage. I'm running a couple of Apex Wolves to also potentially help fuel Rage's ability to gain us health. I'm also running Odaving because Apex Wolf into Odaving is comical, yada yada yada. So that's the list. We're going to go ahead and just dive onto the ladder like I always do for these videos. Play 2 games, win or lose, and see how it goes. I'm not super high on the ladder. The other game that came out recently has been eating up a lot of my time this month, so I'm in like the low 300s on the ladder right now. Normally I'd be, inside the top 100 around this point in the month, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll find some interesting, quality, fun games anyway. And I'm hoping that you guys will just deal with my frog voice, because I know this probably isn't the most enticing thing in the world. So, alright, I think we're going to just go ahead and keep this, because I got a Gambit and a Nightblade. Gambits can also help trigger Nightblade, which is one of the reasons I find it cheeky. I'm also running 2 crossbows in the deck along with the 3 swords as well. So
the Night Mother will guide us. Curious
to see if this is Abomination Scout or if this is a different scout. I have seen a couple of different ones floating around, believe it or not. I don't think we use a ring charge here. I have seen some aggressive scout lists floating. I'm going to guess by them not playing a card there that this is not an aggressive list. So we'll see how this goes.
The waters of life.
It does in fact appear
your death will be
to not be an aggressive scout list. Alright. Well, I think what we're going to go ahead and do is just play our Nightblade and pass. We're going to play it Shadow Lane because I don't know if they're going to be running like Territorial Viper, so we don't want to play it into the field and give that up. I also didn't attack there because if they decided to leave that creature open, then we could have used Gambit to ping this and then came over and hit the Tree Minder. Alright, so this does look like a more traditional scout list. So let's get a card.
Will be done.
Not in action. Makes me a little bit sad. Let's trade this for another card. Hey! Got a free Monk Strike. That could come in handy, potentially, right?
Nicely done.
Let's protect this from a potential Viper as well. And then barring anything crazy happening, we'll probably ring out an Apex Wolf this next turn. So I'm wondering if this is just old school Uprising Scout or some other variant. Kind of too early to tell. But I think we're off to a good start. And we're okay, I think, with being slightly aggressive here, knowing that they're control. They are definitely winning the ramp game. So now we have to ask ourselves, how badly do we want to just keep drawing insane actions? Because I could use my Monk Strike to come over here. I mean, I don't need to gain the health, but that's pretty tempting, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. We're playing for memes. I don't think this is correct, just so we're 100% clear here. Oh, that seems really interesting as well, because we could start tutoring a bunch of stuff, but let's go ahead with the Apex Wolf. We're just going to try to keep drawing cards, help value them that way.
I smell blood on the wind.
Okay. A lot of different ways that we could tackle this problem. I mean, we do have the javelin, but we do also have a pet to just lock it down. If we play the pet, though, there's not a lot we're playing with it. But I do also like the idea of potentially saving the javelin.
Justice will be done.
Let's go ahead and get this damage in, I suppose. Let's go this route. So this is definitely just like a ramp scout, which has been a while since I've seen.
Rise, my servant.
So that's likely just finding a bat, if I had to guess, but maybe not. Could be a word wall.
The waters of life.
No, they just
No
want more
move
ramp.
we can't anticipate.
Okay. And they let go a necromancer. I'm kind of okay with all of that. So this can go ahead and run this over. This can trade here. We're fine with that. We're gonna swing with this because if they hit a prophecy like Fighters Guild recruit, I'm fine with
Justice will
trading
be done.
that into it because we would get to draw again. Now the real question is, do we develop Duke and start tutoring? Or do we just develop another Apex Wolf to draw more cards if they find a nuke? Because that's a legitimate question. Or we could play the tier and potentially protect our creatures there. We're gonna have a lot of magic to work with here. I think Duke is probably
We must
correct.
help the people of Vardenfell.
That's kind of a tough call. I mean, there was an argument to maybe be made about tier.
Behold my power. So predictable.
Okay. Kind of surprised that he wanted to get rid of the wolf, knowing I'm just going to draw a card there. And not the Nightblade.
They won't even see my blade coming.
So that shows me everything that it buffed.
Shall heal you.
Does this show me what went back to the hand easily? Interesting. Alright, well, he
Justice
gave
will
me
be done.
gave me a shot at like a free action draw, which I find moderately comical. I'm not gonna lie. If I play Tear, it finds me a 4-drop. If I play Cast, it finds me a 3-drop. I think Cast is fine.
If they're determined to be an enemy,
I think we'll use this charge now. Just to try to protect Duke.
They won't even see my blade coming.
Okay. So Skilgolem is
what have we here?
paying off for my opponent. That's alright.
What have we here?
Wow, that is a lot of cycle. Down to 32 cards, huh?
I smell blood on the wind.
Meet your doom.
That's a big pureblood elder. A couple of different ways that we could tackle this. But unfortunately, I think all of them require us to still just javelin this thing. Which is a bit of a bummer. I mean, Duke will find us a 4-cost card. The only reason I say it's a bummer is because theoretically, this pinging this and then this pinging here would let me potentially draw something juicy, but we're up at a high enough magicka now, we're not going to get like super amazing tempo plays there anyway. We also only have 7, 8, 9, 10, so we don't quite have lethal if we pinged face with everything. It's making me giggle even just thinking about that. So, sadly, we go that route.
If they're determined to be an enemy,
Justice will be done.
And I think we just play the same game, try to protect the creatures that we do have there. It's kind of funny, we're playing a control deck against another control deck, but we've been just kind of value beat down. Like we've just had big bodies they haven't had an answer for. And we've not been in any danger of overextending resource-wise, so... Alright. We might see the giant bat comeback coming here, depending on the number of word walls and so forth. Interesting. Might be hoping for Drain Vitality rips there.
Lead me into battle.
Yep.
Danla!
And I assume level 3 coming.
Danla!
We know.
Force!
Oh, they actually bounced Duke for me? That's a pretty interesting call there, I'm not gonna lie. So we really still just need to find 2 damage, which I find moderately comical. So, I mean, we know that they've got Soul Tears, but I think it's likely just a Dawn's Wrath there. Dawn's Wrath and play Fighter's Guild seems appropriate. Though maybe we leave them up. I mean, I can just deploy things into the Shadow Lane and try to hide them. It'd be nice if I had 11 to do that, though, like Duke and Apex Wolf again. Because I guess the real question is, do I want to give him another Parthenax trigger? It's not like I'm in danger of losing at 48 health here. I think we just play the Apex Wolf and pass, if I'm being honest. because this is still enough to threaten lethal. We've got Fighters Guild Recruit plus Quicksilver Crossbow on the wall. And if he kills that, then we likely just draw another creature. Not allowing him to re-trigger this is actually a benefit. So continuing to play threats that threaten lethal is likely our best, excuse me, course of action.
The light of two moons.
That's pretty funny.
Meet your doom.
I need 1 damage for lethal. It's kind of funny. 19, 20. It's actually tempting to Dawn's Wrath this lane. And then play the pet over here. Because then I'm still not at much risk, and I don't let him re-trigger this. Unless he's got, like, Uprising. Uprising punishes me regardless, though. I think that's our best course of action. Because again, we really just need 1 damage at this point.
I bark and birth. This is interesting.
The fact that this got breakthrough and
The hist
drain as well
provides.
is incredibly comical to me. Oh, he had the Uprising. Well, that's not good, because that means they for sure have an answer for our Sanctuary pet. So now we need to top deck an answer, huh?
Reverse!
Oh, we need even more than that. They will find a bat here for sure. Yep. Wow. Well, there was our 1 damage. So that makes me a little bit sad, I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see how they like
I guess we'll try to
someone who
prevent
fights
3
back.
damage.
We know.
We need another cast into time to stop the Parth looping,
Lead me into battle.
though the damage may already be done. Yeah, if they weren't at 10, if they hadn't gained the health, we would have had lethal. So sad. I think we still played it right. We could have Dawn's Wrath here, but then they would have started the Parth loop sooner, potentially. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
If I fall,
It is sadly the best that we have at the moment. But it's not looking good. We went from doing pretty okay to no longer doing well. And the bat, again,
Let's go,
the bat's
then.
kind of what hurt
My
the worst.
time is precious.
I'm not sure how we dig ourselves out of this, unless they just don't have Journey. I suppose there might be a world where we can just keep clearing and maybe win Fatigue.
On the hot!
It just doesn't feel likely.
I will cut your purse.
The fist provides. Scaleless coward.
Rise,
Oh,
my
and he's got the bat.
servant.
Okay. So we did relatively well there. Really just lost to Odahviing Parthernak's Uprising. I suppose that'll happen. Again, we'll just dive into another game. I still feel like we probably made the correct decision there. I don't think that you kill the Odahviing Parthernak's lane there and start the Parthernak's loop. There's definitely no way we win that if we give him that many shouts sooner. I don't know. I'll have to kind of stew that one over. It had all of the makings of an Uprising scout deck, but we hadn't seen an actual Uprising yet. I think these go back. Shrine probably is supposed to go back here as well, but... And I say that simply because we're up against Crusader. This will almost undoubtedly be an aggro Crusader.
Soldiers, report.
I say as they slam 2 tokens onto the board.
Your orders. Your orders.
Alright, well, we're not doing anything until 4 Magicka, so this is not gonna go well.
Into the breach.
Training is over. It's time to act.
Oh yeah. That is probably a death sentence. So, I was right. We're gonna get punished for shrines. There's no way these will matter.
Weakening like you.
We stand united.
Wow, and they're gonna
My
get instant
sword is
triggers too.
yours.
And they prevent my
You can't
my
defeat me.
Viper play here.
Acknowledge.
At this point, we're just hoping for some prophecy help.
Halt!
Yeah, they're gonna land this ally, and this will trigger.
Acknowledge.
Wow,
Coward!
You fight like a child.
this was not even
I hear and
close.
obey.
Trolls take you.
Trying to figure out what even the best course of action is here. I mean, this
We'll
technically
see how they
pulls the
like
most
someone who
damage off the
fights
board,
back.
but we're likely still dead, right?
Preparations have been made.
I do not fear death.
As long as I draw breath.
Yeah, that's our best course of action. Still not looking great. Oof, and they run Javelin and had it.
You fight like a
There was
child.
no way we were winning this. All 4 drops. All right, I know I normally play 2 games, win or lose, but that one was so fast. We'll just play a third, because that was 1, me being punished for the mulligan, so I deserve that. But 2, that was them having a rather insane draw, and us having a pretty mediocre draw. Oh. They had a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and then another 1-drop, with the token, essentially, the 0 cost card. That was rough. Also, it keeps giving me the ring. It's not really something I want, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so we're up against Redoran. See if this is a Conscription Redoran or not. I like our chances against other Conscription decks just because we play Unstoppable Rage. But we haven't ran into any. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I built this deck to anti-conscription and then we just didn't see conscription.
We'll go at nightfall.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's see if they've got that Edict of Azura.
I was there.
I'm trying really hard not to cough in your guys' ear. Maybe I'll take a drink.
Die like a dog.
I raise the spine of battle.
Okay.
Justice will be done.
So this is not a Redoran deck that I was expecting to see.
Taste my steel.
I raise the spine
Wow, another
of
Venom Tone.
battle.
Okay.
Justice will be done.
Man, I cannot... For having as many actions as I have in this deck, I cannot find actions with that at all, can I?
If I fall, the Hist will reclaim me.
They will never know I was there.
I guess we'll dig deeper.
I know a shortcut. I'll clear it.
They're trying.
Do not vex me.
Alright,
Justice
give me
will
something
be
juicy. Never.
I bark and birth. This is interesting.
Give me something juicy. Never! I'm glad I'm recording this because whenever I say like, oh man, I had a really like rough night with bad luck the other night, I rarely ever have actual video evidence.
I'll clear it.
Because this is something else.
The waters of life.
Tree Minder too. I don't even know what we're playing against. I'm legitimately like baffled by what we're playing against. Just so we're clear. I think we just play Duke and pass here, right? So I can start tutoring next turn for potentially useful stuff. Okay.
Roots of the Hist.
I think this is annoying enough that I don't want to run into it anymore. So that's a good cast target. Let's go and put Astrid over here too.
glory.
Seed and steel.
At the ready.
Alright, so the question is, do I want to use a rage just to draw 2 cards and look for actions? I think the answer is no. Because this... the Duke again is actually pretty comical. I wonder if the Magicka resolves first or second. I guess we'll find out here, huh? Oh, that's funny. Just a casual Duke tutor, no big deal.
Justice will be done.
If they're determined to be an enemy.
The void awaits you.
Just a casual Duke tutor, no big deal. I'm glad we played a third game, because this is kind of a riot. Draw like all the cards with Nightblade. Oh, and a Vivek. Get nothing. I could like hunt for the red year here.
If they're determined to be an enemy.
Also feels kind of funny.
Justice will be done.
The void awaits you.
That was a weird bit of lag there.
I will cut your
Feel
purse.
the Night Mother's love.
Justice will be done.
So I'm pretty sure if I do this... Let's do the protector.
We'll see
It
how
should
they like
fetch me
someone who fights
red
back.
year. There we go. So we'll just use... We'll use Duke to casually find conscription and red year.
Preparations have been made.
Our hand is kind of stacked.
The Nine inspire us.
Okay. Let's see what you got over there. There you go. You gained that health. That's impressive. Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna have too many cards in my hand to do what I want to do. I'd have to play 3 cards to not overdraw. Because I really want to play Unstoppable Rage on this and just draw
As
all
long as
of
I
the
draw a
cards.
breath.
The void awaits you.
And Duke is going to fetch me a card.
Greetings.
Alright, let's do this. We got a 0 cost conscription.
Justice
It's
will be
adorable.
done.
If they're determined to be an enemy.
And I don't want to overdraw, and we want to get rid of that, so... Sure. Sure, why not? So we went from getting steamrolled in 2 straight games to basically playing a Justin Larson style game, which makes me giggle quite a bit. Because that's what this is. This is a Justin Larson special if I've ever seen one.
I'll clear it.
We got conscriptions, Red Year, Vivek. Like our hand's not even fair.
For Valenwood. There is murder in the air.
Praise to Namira, whose fear is the ancient. Justice will be done.
Sure, we'll draw more cards. Why not? Like, they've got Necromancer's Ambulance, but
Greetings.
we just have an endless barrage of cards for forever.
For Valenwood.
I can smell your fear.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do.
We know.
We're gonna
Justice
get him
will
kind of
be
low.
done.
And we'll go 1,
I like
2.
our arms.
I mean, I kind of want to play another card. Just to dig. We'll replace that Hive Defender. Our hand is so silly.
The 9 inspire us.
Sure. Like, even if they play Unstoppable Rage here, it's not nearly enough to save them. Well, that's just unkind.
Your orders. How can I serve?
I can smell your fear.
For Valenwood.
Are you guys ready for maximum BM?
There's a plan. There's always a plan.
I wanted to
Let's
play my
do this.
0 cost one as well. Alright. Sorry, Oni Gamer, if you see this. I just wanted to show you that I had a silly hand, but oh well. Hooray, we won one. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that last game. That last game was as one-sided as the game before it. We went from getting absolutely steamrolled to doing the steamrolling. So yeah, hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you endured my frog voice. Thanks for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.